Top of the morning, guys. I want to talk about something that is really important. Now that I'm in my 30s, I begin to realize that yes, your body is going to start changing. It's a natural process. It's a natural cycle of life. It's just how it is, right? Everybody's trying to go on this path where, they're trying to reverse aging, right? But at the end of the day, man, there's only so much that you can do, and you need to be realistic. A lot of people are not realistic. You need to understand your body and know your limits. So basically, you need to understand, now that I'm in this different phase, right? We can say into my 30s, I need to understand that my 30s are not going to be like my 20s. My 20s are long gone, right? It was a phase. We lived through it. Now we're in our 30s. You need to understand what you need to be doing different in your 30s, especially when it comes to achieving your physical fitness goals. I begin to realize that, I am no longer in my 20s where I can't be going, balls to the wall. Forgive me for my language, but basically, what I want to touch on is, I've kind of throughout my 20s and still to this day, when I was in the Marines, right, we have this mentality where it's like, you see the finish line, you don't start slowing down once you see it, right? You wrap it up, you pick it up, you give it all you got, you pull right through that finish line. So basically, it's that mentality, that's instilled in you right from day one, and you need to understand that you cannot continue to have this mentality, and not a lot of people have it, but it's just one of those things that I personally have to remind myself that you need to start slowing down, and it's okay to slow down. Like, I cannot be training with the same intensity anymore, right? Or I need to start slowing it down, right? Because I got to think longevity wise, long term. This is the long game. A lot of you guys do not realize that you're going to spend majority of your life 30 and up, if you're fortunate enough to live that long. And you never know, anything can happen, right? But it's just one of those things where you need to start being more so just strategic. Like, it's okay to take your recovery days, right? I'm beginning to realize, that for me personally, like, the intensity is still there, and it will still continue to be there. So I need to understand now, okay, if I'm going to be continuing to train intense, then I need to start dialing it back and start forcing myself to take these rest days, because it is very crucial. That is where you do a lot of recovery, a lot of growth, right? That's where your body heals. And I've noticed that now that I'm recently taking my rest days, it's just really coming back with pretty much 100, feeling like 120%. And I've noticed, that progress, right? I come back stronger. My physique is changing, because at the end of the day, man, when you're training with intensity, especially like I am, where I'm pretty aggressive with my goals of where I want to be at, then, I think that, I can just really throw myself out there. And at the end of the day, not only shock my CNS, or just the whole system, where it needs to recover. And you need to give your body those recovery days, your mind and body. So basically, it's just a reality check for a lot of you guys, or maybe to just bring some awareness, right? That it's okay, right? Once you start aging, guys, to start taking those recovery days more seriously, because sometimes, your body is going to let you know. Not only your body, but your mind is going to let you know when it's time to start taking those recovery days. Stop buying into the whole hype where, you got to give it 100% all the time, man. It's a slow and steady race, what I begin to realize now that I'm in my 30s. I don't know how the 40s and 50s, you're fortunate, to live past those years, how it's going to be, but I understand now that this is a long game, right? This is no longer your 20s where everything is kind of fast paced and you just kind of feel like you got all the time in the world. Realistically, time needs to start slowing down for you. You need to start listening to your body, get more in tune with it. So basically, I just want to make this video for you guys. Hopefully some of you guys that have already crossed this road, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s and 50s, you guys can share some comments down below, right? Because I realize that I don't know nothing, right? I literally do not know anything. Like, I know a lot, but I know that I know nothing, right? So basically, it's just one of those things, man, where I think it just comes with age and it comes with experience. And I'm just curious to learn and start figuring out ways to continue to stay crushing those goals, right? I'm not saying, that like I feel like I'm in this decline or anything like that. If anything, I feel like I am in the greatest physical shape that I've ever been in. Like, I feel like I've been getting better with age, but I also understand that, at some point, maybe in my mid 30s, I will reach that peak, and then, it's going to be a decline, or at least try to maintain that. So basically, that's just kind of where I'm at with my mindset and kind of how I approach things, more with a strategic approach on how I want to tackle my physical and fitness goals, right? And just for longevity wise as well, right? So basically, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts, your guys' comments. So make sure you guys hit that like, make sure you guys hit the comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps to grow the channel. And I hope to hear from you guys soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.